The first half of Wicked was an incredible success, making the wait for Part 2 that much harder, yet a certain promotional image of Glinda creates some concern for the second movie. The musical Wicked has long been a pillar of the musical theatre scene, so its adaptation to the silver screen in 2024 has been an astounding success. The movie has earned praise for its gorgeous direction and visuals, courtesy of director John Chu, and its thrilling performances by Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Yet, despite these positive reviews, Wicked, for good still must stick its landing. One interesting element of Wicked is how it is being transformed from the book and the musical to the movie. While many aspects of Wicked feel identical to the story audiences already know, others are a bit different. For example, Erivo's version of Defying Gravity differs from that of Idina Menzel, and the visual experience is obviously quite different with CGI than it is on stage. In many respects, the changes in Wicked make the movie that much better, but sometimes, changes can cause disruptions that have unexpected yet dire consequences. One of the Wicked trailers shows Glinda in a wedding dress, walking down the aisle. Glinda and Elphaba's relationship with Fiyero explained. Wicked, for good is still a year away from premiering, yet trailers and sneak peeks have already begun to surface. In one such trailer, there is a shot of Grande as Glinda wearing a wedding dress, and walking down the aisle. One doesn't have to be a Wicked superfan to figure out that Wicked, for good could include a wedding between Glinda and Fiyero. However, those who do know the musical will notice that a wedding never occurs in the original musical, and this change could be more trying than it first seems. For context, Wicked, Part 1 introduces Fiyero as the charming and air-headed prince of Winky Country. Glinda is immediately attracted to Fiyero due to his status, while Elphaba is repelled by him and his idea that life should be free of worries. Of course, Fiyero later proves himself to have more depth when he helps Elphaba rescue a tiger cub from Shiz, and the two form a hesitant bond that feels more intimate than friendship. Elphaba and Fiyero's relationship remains unexplored though, and he remains in a relationship with a not-so-clueless Glinda. Wicked Part 2 is probably replacing Glinda and Fiyero's ball with their wedding. What Glinda and Fiyero's wedding will lead to. Elphaba tenderly touches Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero's face in Wicked. In the original Wicked musical, Act 2 sees Glinda and Fiyero announce their engagement and hold a ball to celebrate in the Emerald City. However, considering the shot of Glinda in a wedding dress in the Wicked, for good trailer, it seems that the ball is now being converted to a full-on wedding. Once again, this may not seem like such an important change. An engagement and a wedding have virtually the same meaning, and the same people will be in attendance. Plus, no matter what the event is, it will lead to the same conclusion according to the story of Wicked. Elphaba will return to the Emerald City during the ball and/or wedding. Her mission will be to free the flying monkeys from the wizard's grasp. The wizard tries to convince Elphaba that he's just an ordinary man, not a monster, and she sings the song Wonderful with him. Yet, once Elphaba comes upon Dr. Dillamond, who has lost the ability to speak, she vows to take down the wizard once and for all. Shockingly, Fiyero leaves his engagement ball to help Elphaba with her quest, leaving Glinda heartbroken. Wicked really does not need a scene where someone is left at the altar. How a Wicked wedding changes the scene's context. Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba walking through the Ozdust Ballroom in Wicked Universal Pictures. The crux of the problem in turning Glinda and Fiyero's engagement into a wedding is that it makes Fiyero's exit all the more tragic. When Fiyero chooses to go with Elphaba, it is devastating for Glinda. Yet, there is a vast difference between leaving a recent engagement and leaving someone at the altar. Glinda will be so close to getting what she wants, only for it to be taken away completely out of nowhere. To some, this may feel too low for Elphaba. It could make it harder for Elphaba and Glinda to forgive each other ultimately. There is no telling what Chu has up his sleeve for Wicked, for good, but this change could make the second movie even more intense and dramatic. The romance between Elphaba and Fiyero is only one small element of the greater story, and arguably, her relationship with Glinda is far more important. In this way, the Wicked wedding could hurt the most important relationship of the whole movie. Then again, perhaps that's the entire point. Either way, Wicked looks like it will be a major movie event in 2025.